What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag to you. Alright, so this is part 2 of the Next 15 reunion. I think I just don't really know exactly when it comes on because I wasn't even aware that I missed it. For some reason, I thought it was coming out on Wednesday. But I got a reminder from NoHoon100. Thank you for that. And I guess we could get on into it. Before we do, though, there are sirens and helicopters going on because I live close to the police station. So that's probably going to keep on happening. You probably can't hear it now, but, you know, they're going around. And my husband in the background making noise. But I got to make this video now. So this episode starts off with Jen and Claudia. Their argument from last week where they're arguing about, you know, Claudia saying Jen... Cooch look fucked up or something like that. She telling her she need a rejuvenation. She telling her she need to get her nails done or whatever. Just nonsense pettiness. So Jen gets taken off the stage by some lady. So she's in the back trying to calm down. Lady trying to calm her down. And she said that those were personal pictures that somebody actually stole and then put them online. And she was like, who hasn't taken a sexy picture of themselves, a sexy flick or something? Like, she's not, you know, ashamed of it, but I mean, well, she's not ashamed to have done it. She is, of course, who wouldn't be ashamed for somebody to steal your shit and put it online because people don't really do that. And it's, yeah, unnerving. So, Claudia is over in another room with Karamo and Laura. And she's like, I'm not petty. First, oh, okay. I'll get to that being a lie in a second. But, she's not petty. She was like, but people call me a hoe, all kinds of hoes and whores and sluts and everything, and I'm not the hoe. She was sending these pictures to a married basketball player, or I don't know. I know it was a married man. I don't know exactly. I can't remember what he did or whatever. She was like, so I'm not the hoe. And plus, she's fucking Benzino. So now everybody's mind is like blown. Like, really? Is she fucking Benzino? So I'm pretty sure she made that up because I doubt that she would have any inside information on Benzino or Jen because they hate her. And just because her mother died and his mother died and he started being her friend closer because he's the only one with a dead mother that understands what she's going through does not mean that they're fucking. She's just too thirsty for attention right now. So she's just starting some shit for the sake of trying to start it. So that's whatever. Claudia's talking about she was trying to keep her mouth closed. And she knows that she has these powers, but she tried to use her powers for good. Bitch, what powers? Are you fucking serious? Like, when did she try to keep her mouth shut? Because I mean, when you say some things, sometimes people are going to listen. So you've been trying to keep your mouth shut. You've been trying to stay to yourself. How? When was the second? It could, because it must have been like one single solitary second that you tried to keep your mouth shut because you talk too much shit, entirely too much shit for you to be scared of somebody to hit you. I mean, you're pushing people to hit you, but then you're like, nobody better not hit me. Somebody gonna fuck you up. That I can guarantee. I can't really see how somebody ain't gone in your mouth already because that could have been nipped in the bud like a really long time ago. If somebody would have just beat you right on up and you would have thought about it the next time that you try to get slick with somebody. I think at this point I would probably just pay somebody to fight Claudia for me. Just somebody just punch her right in the face. Just boom. Real quick. Real fast. Make sure it bleeds. Okay? Alright, so she was like, she's trying to blame it all on Jen. When, of course, we know that she is the very first one to go behind Jen's back, calling her all kinds of bitches. And anytime Jen gets upset with her about anything, she's calling her bitches. She has called her all kinds of whores and bitches all throughout the whole show. But she liked to act like people are doing stuff to her and she doesn't really know why. So she's like, oh, well, Jen is always attacking me on social media. I'm saying if we have a very public fight in which you call me all kinds of bitches and shit, and I'm the kind of person that does things on Twitter or on social media, then yeah, that's what I'm going to do. What the fuck else would I be talking about on social media? Recipes? Bitch, you. I don't like you. And I want people to know it. Okay? So that makes sense. But don't act like you don't be coming for her on social media. Don't act like you be acting like a mediator when people try to come for you and be like, oh, well, let's all get along. Like, you're not like that. So don't fake it. Don't portray it. Nobody believes it. You're phony. So, let me see. Jen is in the back still with that lady talking about she's like a ticking time bomb. So she's talking about all the emotions that she going through since her mother died. You know, angry one second, sad the next second. She just be flipping the hell out. So she don't really want to be bothered with Claudia and all this bullshit just because she's too emotional and her mother's death is too fresh. Like, she can't be focusing on dumb shit and arguing about bullshit. Then it goes right to Benzino and Althea. Let me just give my assessment of Althea. She comes off as very needy and jealous as hell, even though she keeps saying, well, I'm not jealous. But you are jealous, because literally the only thing that you ever talk about on the whole show is things that jealous people talk about, because you're jealous. I mean, she is very pretty. She's pretty to me, like really pretty. But I don't know, I guess, you know, her dude being away is making her feel weird or something, or might be a little postpartum, just having the baby, maybe feeling a little chubbier or whatever. But it's just really coming off as, dare I say, a little bit pathetic, because I just don't think that you really need to. You're too cute to be worried about all that bullshit. Like, chill. So anyway, all right. So they're on the couch and they show a montage of all of the shit that she'd been arguing with him on the show about, right? So first she was like, well, I don't know if I like you being on a show with girls. Like, he got to be on all shows with all boys. Like, shut up, girl. Because I heard Claudia has a reputation. So what? This isn't a porno show. It's not a show. It's not like The Flavor of Love where we're here to hook up. It's a show. I don't give a fuck about nobody's reputation. I don't know about her reputation. I don't know anything. Like, I don't know none of the fuck people on the show. That's why we're here. It's a reality show. We're meeting each other, and yeah. Stop. All right. Then she is mad that they are not married. And she was like, well, when am I going to get married? When we get married? When we get married? And then she had her mother come and bully him about when they get married. When did you get married? And he, you remember that episode where he just wanted to get like a new house, a bigger house. And she just like, no, I just want to get married. I don't care if we have a house or whatever. But she do. She care. Okay, but then she said he wanted her and the baby to move to LA because he's spending so much time out here in LA for the show. And she like, well, I don't want to come out there if you're going to be all preoccupied with these other girls. Like, really? You just going to keep acting like like the girls are the show. Like, he is working. It is a show. It has nothing to do. I mean, the other girls are on the show, but it's... You see how it's annoying, and she's making it about her and other women, and it's dumb, and it sounds stupid as hell. Ugh. And then he just goes off. I know at one point he's driving in the car. Well, it said it was like unseen footage, so I never saw it before. He's driving in the car, and she just started arguing with him as usual, and he just goes off on this day. And he's like, I mean, could you ever be nice in one scene? Could you ever act like you love me so that people could actually think we are in a relationship? Because every time we have any kind of scene come up, you fucking argue with me and all of this shit. Like, we have never had a friendly scene, and you were supposed to be my girl or whatever. So she's going off about these girls talking this shit, and he's just like, fuck all this bullshit. So I can't remember exactly what he said, and I didn't write it down, but it was somewhat disrespectful because he started cussing. He was mad. And then she was like, well, I'm going to hang up right now. So she hung up, and he got mad as hell, got out of the car, and he took the mic off, and he was like, fuck that. All my scenes is fucked up because of her. She always arguing with me. We don't have no friendly scenes. No matter what I say to her, no matter what I do, no matter how good of a person I try to be, she is always mad. I was like, yeah, she be tripping. I guess that was his breaking point. But on the show, Carlos is asking her about the marriage, like, is it really a really bad thing? And she was like, well, some people get married after 2 weeks. So, you know, it's just odd that we have not gotten married yet. Like, are you mad that you're not married? Like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. So she's basically, actually, she said that they're not ready for marriage, because apparently they had been on Love and Hip Hop, which I did see, but then they had been on a couples therapy or some shit like that. So they must be having relationship problems, which I'm thinking have to do with her being insecure and him needing to go to work and her acting like, I don't know, he could stay home and they could live on love. So whatever. I never saw that show, and I didn't know that they had been on another show, but apparently they had been on something. So they're having some rocky issues, and she's like, we're not ready for marriage. But then what are you talking about then? Like, so you disappointed? She's like, well, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Because what? If you don't think that y'all are ready to be married, and then every day you arguing with him about why he ain't marrying you, I don't understand your point of view. I mean, you just be talking. It don't even make no sense what you're saying. All right. And Carlos asked her, how does she feel about New York flirting with Benzino? She was like, well, I mean, I used to like her on her show that she had like 20 years ago. So once again, just insulting people just because you are jealous. You feel jealous. But she basically said that New York is corny and busted. You're not jealous at all. So then Carlos asked her about his relationship with Jen, like how does she feel? And I guess everybody was expecting a certain thing based on the shit that Claudia said earlier, which I do not believe, okay? But she says she actually likes Jen. So I guess she has spoken to Jen too, probably knows that they're hanging out together and spending time together and all of that. But what she is mad about is that he helped Jen to put out an album, a single, whatever fuck, and she was like, I mean, I got music that is not being made. With my album. And he's like, okay. And this I thought was not as, what was the word? It definitely wasn't politically correct. And it wasn't all that kind either. All right. So, he said that the album is already done. All they really need to do is go and promote it. But before they can promote it, she needs to get it together and lose some weight. See, yeah, lose some weight, and then you could be, you know, back in your cute little shape and everything, and then we could get on the ball with moving things forward. And I think she didn't really say anything about that, but I know that it would have hurt my feelings, especially if I knew that I had put on some weight. So she is a little thick I'm up in the shoulder area, the little arm area. Even her face is fuller. But like I said, she's very pretty to me, so it really shouldn't matter. But I think that probably hurt her feelings, and I thought that he probably should have caught that as soon as he said it, like recognized it. But I think he was mad at her at that point, so I think he may have just said it on purpose, because it sounded like maybe like it's something that she keep on bringing up over and over again, and he like, well, what the fuck, we could just do it then. And you're like, no, I gotta lose weight. Or he might be the one saying you need to lose weight because I want to present you in the best light, or whatever reason it is. It seems like it's something that's been talked about before for a while, and he's sick of repeating himself. So he like, motherfucker, I told you your shit is ready, lose weight. So I think that may be why it came off and sounded so rude, but such is life. All right. Now he said that she be tripping, and he don't know why she be acting like that. Like this, the shit that he's doing is not self-serving. Like everything that they do, that he does, is for them and for the baby. Like he's bringing home the bacon. Where does she work? Because if he stopped working, what is she gonna do? What is they gonna do? Then she gonna be talking shit about him like he ain't shit, he a no good ass man, he ain't got no money, he don't work, he don't do, I don't believe I had a baby by a broke motherfucker. Just all of that's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Carlos tells them that he likes them as a couple and brings little Benzino out. And little Benzino got on a little white tuxedo. It was cute. But I just don't know why baby would need to be in the tux. But I guess it's cute that he just even has a tux. So it was all white. He's a little cutie. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. Whatever. I think all kids are cute. Alright. Claudia and Benzino apparently had a pact before the show started, so he does know her. Well, he has admitted on the show that he knew her, but you know, they ain't like best friends or no shit like that or blah blah blah. But when he might not know shit about her sex life and all of that, okay. But they had a pact to have each other's back on the show. You know, somebody tried to come for them, but we all know that that did not work out, and it's Claudia's fault. That's right, I said it. All right, so she's saying that she's mad at him because he hit her up about a pic on Instagram that she posted, but business emails that she was sending him, he wasn't responding to. He texted her at some point, and this was you know, footage that we didn't get to see. She told Karamo about this text when he came to the nail shop to talk to her about that video. And she was like, well, he sent me a very nasty, angry text. I'll just let you read it. So he called her a hoe and a stank ass bitch and a hoe and all kind of shit. And I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah. So Karamo was like, wow, I didn't know that he sent you no shit like that. Like, it made me see him in a totally different light. I didn't even think that he was like that. And I also was surprised. So I don't like to be on Team Karamo. But that was not nice. And I don't like Claudia. And I would like for people to call her all kinds of bitches, probably not stank hoes and things like that, because that's a little too disrespectful. But yeah. But he's a man, and I am not here for the men disrespecting women like that. Like, maybe a girl, but a man, it just don't sit right with me. So I did not like that, and Karamo didn't like it, even though he, you know, called New York all kind of shit before. And he was like, wow, if that had happened in real life, like like in my face, like I would have fucked him up. I'd punch him in the face or some shit. I was wondering why Benzino didn't address that, because motherfucker, even though it ain't happening, I mean, it could happen. Because I'll say it right now, just so you can punch me in the fucking face. Because I don't know who the fuck you think you threatening. Tall, dark, and gay, okay? Ain't nobody scared of you. Benzino ain't scared of, well, I don't know if Benzino's scared. Like I say, he ain't say nothing, right? So, Benzino apologized right there. And he was like, you know, I just felt like you had tried to embarrass me. I was already real nervous, and you were like in my face, and you were like, look at me in my eyes, and you know, bossing me around, trying to embarrass me in front of people, and just kind of fucking up my whole flow when you hadn't given me all of the information that I needed. Like, I can't call nobody and have a date, but he was saying like he could just call somebody. It ain't even no thing. It don't take no huge amount of time. Just give me the information. And she's like, well, you had the information. He was like, you did not have a date. I can't just call somebody and be like, hey, want to do a show? Oh, I don't know when. Just whenever. Are you free all the time? Okay. So they were like, no, it was the 10th. And he was like, Karamo, did you have a date when on that night? He was like, yeah, we got it earlier that day. He's like, basically, how the fuck was I supposed to even know that? This is the same day. So how do you expect for me to have gotten somebody prior to that day when you just found out the date that day, and obviously had not even told him yet? So he's like, it ain't nothing to call somebody, but I need the information. He was, I can't just call a celebrity and be like, I need you to be on this fucked up ass talk show. What did he call it? Bullshit talk show. Call you to be on a bullshit ass talk show with a date range, the 6th to the 10th. Like, which fucking day? Because celebrities have, you know, schedules and people that they have to meet with, and you know, planners and all kind of shit. Like, you can't just give somebody a range. He was like, so it wouldn't have been nothing for you to tell me this information and for me to have a set date and call somebody. So yeah. Well, she was like, well, when you had called me and you told me that you was burnt out, he's like, I did not say I was burned out. I said I had the flu. I had the flu. I was literally sick. And then Jennifer jumped in. She was like, I can vouch for that. I was there. He left the studio. He left everybody in the studio because he was sick. He really didn't feel well. And Jennifer did actually say that back then, when Claudia was acting like it was all a lie. She was like, no, he was really sick. And Claudia was like, ain't nobody talking to you. She was like, you ain't got to be talking to me. I'm just telling you that he was actually sick. It was not no made up shit, because, you know, she was there and she knew that he was doing all that bullshit. So, the show. They start talking about the show, and they go through a whole bunch of shit with Claudia. And they were like, well, Laura asked, what would you do different? Well, the conversation that I had with Jen, no, I think Carlos actually asked, like, try to guide the conversation or the question. Like the thing with Jen, do you wish you hadn't done that, just because that kind of changed aspect of the relationship that didn't seem to ever be able to allow you guys to be more friendly or even to think about business like anymore. Yeah, so she's like, yeah, I definitely regretted that and blah blah blah. But essentially everything that she was trying to somehow say she was going to change, because Laura was like, well, why are you changing? Well, that's not a change. But Zeno was like, that's not changing. To say, oh, well, I would have liked to have done this and then you have done something different, it's not saying that you would have changed anything. Like, you should have been doing something different. So Laura was like, well, like I told you, I do not view you as a leader. I told you that. And yeah, I didn't respect you as a leader because I mean, it was just too much personal. Like, it was not a business like sort of situation. You were just being too petty and just, yeah. New York is like, I don't respect Claudia Jordan. I don't fucking respect Claudia Jordan. New York cracks me up. Let me see. So basically, when it got down to it, with all of Claudia's talking in circles and blah blah blah, she basically just saying the same shit. Like, she would have kept everything that she did the same. And they were like, he's like, you don't think that you need to change anything? She was like, no, I don't think I was that bad. He was like, you gotta show. You started with 6 people and you ended up with 2, and you think everything went well? He was like, then New York was right. You only wanted 2 people from the fucking beginning. You never wanted her on the show. You never wanted none of us on the goddamn show. So it is what it is. I mean, it sounds pretty accurate to me. What y'all think? All right, so Carambo started getting mad, you know, because now it's like, oh, somebody's assaulting his work. Like, he get mad about the work that it took, and he keep on talking about this damn logo and the logo. And when I came up with the logo, no, it takes planning. It takes planning. And like, he getting all hype and shit, like, because I guess he feel like he was working so hard and nobody really understand all the stuff they had to do to get the show going, and we had to go to think about the segments. Benzino's like, think about it. You motherfuckers basically was like, oh, John Stamos showed his butt. Ah! Y'all were just reading tweets and then responding to them. He was like, I mean, that's... Really? It took a lot of planning and segments and all of that for y'all? And Karam was like, don't minimize it. Don't try to make my shit seem smaller than it is. Knock it off. Now they got Action and New York out on the couch to talk about their relationship. So New York still got an attitude from earlier in the day when she ran off the stage because she was calling Laura racist, and when she went to talk to Action, he misunderstood what she was talking about, and she perceived that to be him being on Laura's side when he don't even motherfucking know Laura. That's just stupid. Girl, chill. So she like, well, I got an attitude with him. Because what did she say to him? No, he was like, I wasn't on her side. She just, boy, let me tell you something, boy. When I have an issue with a woman, you need to fall in line and be on my side. Always be on my side. I'm very angry with him right now. So she was doing too much. On some level, I like her. But I really don't know why he would be being bothered with her. Like, it's really too much. It's really too much. And she is not I mean, okay. She walked into the room while he had on headphones and was looking down. And then she's mad that he didn't see her. Okay, here's a news flash. If somebody isn't looking at you or looking where you are, and they're looking away, and they're being preoccupied with sound, so 2 of the major senses are being utilized to do something for which you are not a part of, nobody's gonna see you. So if I'm looking this way, you mad that I didn't see you over there behind me? Like, why would I see you behind me? If I'm looking down, why would I see things up? How can I see things up if I'm down? So it don't make no sense. But she was like, he don't never notice me and blah, blah, blah. She needs too much attention. She is too high maintenance and not in the cute, like a lot of clothes sort of way. In the ignorant ass, desperate for attention, always be looking at me, always be acting like I'm the shit type shit. Like, that's too much. So then Carlos is like, well, she was like, well, what's our relationship? What am I to you? And he's like, what? I'm confused. He was like, well, is it your girlfriend? Yeah, it's my girlfriend. See? You see? This is what I have to go through. He can't explain what we are. Well, apparently y'all relationship is off and on. So a motherfucker might not have an exact name for the shit. Basically, all she doing is being another Althea, thirsty for marriage. But then she keep on talking about how she gonna cheat. She don't know if she could be faithful. She don't know if she want to be with him. And then she's sweating him for marriage. So that it, once again, two dumbass bitches on TV talking about marry me even though we shouldn't be together. That don't make no sense. And why keep making it the man problem and acting like he doing something to you when in fact he gave her a ring and he's like, well, I don't know, I don't want to give her another ring, because you can't just jump off the boat and then think you're gonna jump back on. How do I know she ain't gonna give away my next ring that I give her? So he ain't down for it, but he do seem to love her. Carlos was like, I think you love her. And he was like, finally somebody acknowledging that you know, it takes a lot to be sitting here going through all of this bullshit with this fucking girl. So I would obviously have to love her, or she would have to be giving me something. I mean, what's the catch? What would be the point of being bothered with somebody this grandiose and arrogant if it wasn't love of some goddamn sort? So I just think she acting thirsty as hell for a title, like I said, just like the other chick out there. Alright, so then they show that video of Claudia joking about, well, supposedly joking about rape, right? And it's like everybody that saw it, like their reaction, everybody just seemed completely floored by it, right? So Claudia's like, well, basically what happened was I wasn't having sex when I was a teenager or whatever, and people was acting like I was stuck up, and they was like, well, this girl deserved to be raped. So somebody raped her. And she just told Jen at that time, because Jen was asking her, well, like, what's going on with, you know, people calling you hoes and all of that stuff. And Jen was more than likely asking her that in a more shady way, like, bitch, you a hoe, but let me hear your explanation. She was like, so I was explaining it to her. And like I said, I did like Claudia at that time, because I felt that she was coming from a very honest place when she was trying to share about her rape, and I felt like she was trying to connect as women with Jen, and I think that her intentions were pure at that time. So I felt a little sad for her that Jen didn't take it the way that she would have wanted her to, or that she got her feelings hurt. But yeah. That was back when I liked Claudia. But I still feel the same way about, you know, her feelings and how Jen should have, I don't know, perhaps handled it. Not perhaps. She should have handled it better. Or just not told Karamo. Because nothing would have fucking happened if bitch-ass Karamo wasn't told and he didn't go back telling shit from one person to the motherfucking next like a little punk-ass bitch that he is. I cannot stand Karamo. Okay. Got me yelling up in the house. My husband think I'm crazy. Alright, so Jen thought that it was weird. But then Jen is like, well, I thought it was weird because actually I just found out 4 years ago my mother was raped when she was 14. So I don't actually think that rape is no kind of joke or no shit like that. But it's a weird thing. And I guess she does think it's weird because her mother, like she said, didn't tell her. So perhaps nobody ever told her, and she thinks that that's the thing that people keep bottled up, because people do keep it bottled up. And even Claudia's like kept it bottled up and was giving her ulcers and all kind of shit. So she had to let it out. So they asked Laura how did she feel after seeing the interview with Charlamagne about the rape or whatever, and she's like, well, you know what, I was molested also when I was 7, but I have a different coping mechanism. My coping was for me to get like all into sports and be very athletic and, you know, strong or whatever. But if her coping mechanism helps her to, you know, to feel better or to have armor on her or whatever when she's going through life, then she needs that, and that's what she needs to be doing, and I can't judge it. Which I think, Laura's learning so much good info in her anger management class. It makes me want to take an anger management class. But I probably don't need it because I'm kind of, even though it might not seem like it in these videos, I'm pretty centered, and I'm pretty much a lot more level-headed than I might come off, and a lot more, you know, not gonna fight about it, gonna try to find a resolution type person. I really am that kind of way in real life. But yeah, sometimes in my head I'll be like, you bitch, but but I still, you know, I'm always still who I am at my core, so it's whatever. But yeah, I'm totally liking where Laura's coming from, and me being a person who has been molested, raped, all of the whole shit, it definitely does take a really long time to talk about it, to share it with people. People don't always respect it. People do call you whores and all kind of stuff. People do accuse you of being a liar. People do say stuff about your clothes and how you made it happen and all of this other kind of bullshit. So it's not even a thing that you even want to tell anybody. And you do make jokes about it. I know that I don't even want to tell this story because it makes me seem like a horrible person. But I have looked to try to find this girl and apologize to her. But I made fun of a girl who said that she was raped in college. Now, and I'm a person who's been molested and raped multiple times, and I still made fun of somebody because it's just, it's an uncomfortable thing, and you never know how you're going to react to something. So, I mean, people are people make mistakes, or people just live. I mean, sometimes you don't know why you do something. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it goes against everything that you believe in. People do things against their own character all the time. That's why people always say, don't let nobody take you out of your character. That means that obviously people take people out of their character, right? I really would have liked it if Laura would have just came out and like, and fight. Let's fight then. Let's fight then. But yeah, she didn't. Ain't nobody say that. And they just let that shit go over. Like, bitch, trying to get on the show. No. Alright, and they were like, well, how did y'all feel about New York? And they were like, well, New York is just great TV. I love her even more than I did before. And whatever, fuck, blah, 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 blah. And the only person that I would allow, although the white girl was saying this, my husband to say that he loves and I'm okay with it is you. And he was like, oh, I love all of it. I love Tiffany. I love New York. I love Tiffany. Tiffany New York Pollard, all of it all together, blah blah blah, and then, yay. And that was the end. Alright, so I think I've already made myself clear how I feel about every goddamn body. Everybody know I don't like Claudia. Everybody know I did like Claudia at the beginning. I didn't really see what all of where the anger was coming from, where the hate that I was seeing online. Motherfuckers can't stand her. I'm like, she seems pretty regular to me. Yeah, I lived, I learned. She ain't pretty regular. That bitch crazy. Karamo is a punk ass bitch. Hate him. Jen, I like her. I did not like what she did to Claudia at the beginning, but then after that, it seemed like Claudia just made it a mission to attack this girl for not understanding her. And, I mean, sometimes people just don't fucking understand you. And you can't, I mean, you're gonna hate somebody for it? And Karamo, I mean, what? You mad that Karamo? Well, I guess I would be mad that maybe... Well, no, she said it on TV, so she didn't really care about people knowing it. She just really, I guess, cared how Jen felt about it when she said it. And because Jen didn't take it the way that she wanted her to, it hurt her feelings and whatever. So, Jen, bad girl on that. But for the rest of the shit, come on now. You was being provoked all the way. All the way, all the time. I was feeling it. Laura, love her. Not controversial at all, but still just kind of the the good time story of the whole damn show. You know, the good feel story, yeah. Of the whole show. Benzino was cool, like I said, always trying to uplift people, trying to keep everybody together. And New York is a motherfucking fool. I mean, goddamn. It ain't nothing else to say. She's ridiculous. She's outrageous. She's too damn much. I like her, but I'm scared of her too. It seems like she flipped. Like if she get upset, you try to comfort her, she'll fight you. Like, I don't really understand that. So yeah, too crazy for me. And should be too crazy for Action or anybody to be in a relationship with. But as far as just TV, she's good stuff. She's on the money. Anyway, if you agree with me, my commentary, how I feel about these people, and you think exactly the same damn way, then let me know down in the comments. If you think I'm totally off base, I'm ridiculous, and I'm up motherfucking Laura, New York, Jennifer, and Benzino's ass, everybody on the show except for the two that I don't like, and you like fuck them bitches, they was wrong, and Karamo, and you team Karamo, Claudia, then let me know that down in the comments too, so I can blast you. No, I'm not gonna blast you, I don't really care. And if you like my wig, here go the link. If you don't, whatever. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos.